Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always, huge massive thank you for the support. First of all, I have to say Happy New Year to everybody out there. I am sort of just getting over the tail end of this cold, so if this video does seem a little jumpy, it may be where I've had to stop and restart because I've been coughing so hard. Probably can still hear it a little bit in my voice, but in myself I'm feeling okay. Just the last tail end of it, which I'm just about had enough of. You can do one now. I haven't been that sick in quite a long time, so it was a bit of a shock to the system. Unfortunately I did give it to my sister as well, so she's we were both pretty poorly over Christmas, which gave us something else to think about rather than the things you know, like mum and stuff. So anyway, it's all over now, brand new year, so looking forward to this year, seeing what it brings. But the first thing through my door, even before this new year started, I think this came through before Christmas even, was this magazine 75. And I did think, even if I'd been well and up to making videos, I probably wouldn't have started crafting with this until it had been on the TV. So I think it's a bit not fair really if you can't get hold of it. I don't like to show you things that you can't get, do you know what I mean? So anyway, I'm glad. So I'm going to have a little play with it today. Just going to make a couple of nice easy cards and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, so I'm going to start. And these are both going to be 6x6 cards. I've already decided that I was going to keep it nice and easy that way. So I've got a card blank 6x12. And I'm going to, actually I don't need that up. So the first card I thought I'd make a stepper card. So I'm going to move this side over to the 1-inch mark. And I'm going to make a cut from 1 to 7, and then I'm going to turn that over and do the same thing again. So 1 to the 7, and then if I move that out of the way a second, I can bring it in my little scoreboard. And I'm going to score at 1, and if I go all the way down, I'm going to score at 2, and again all the way down, and then I want 6 in the middle, and I want 7. Okay, and this should give us a nice easy little stepper. Get those to go in the right place. Give those a good squash down. Let's move that out of the way. It's easier to give it a good squash on a mat. So just give that a good flatten down. And then we're going to have our little stepper card that sits like that way. So just showing you the profile of that. Okay, so let's do a couple of layers. So the one that I am going to be playing with today is the Homegrown with Love. So you've got a couple of different size toppers on there. You've got the beautiful wheelbarrow, and then you've got this gorgeous foiling on there as well. So that's the one I'm going to be playing with. So it is gold foiling, so I am going to be using these gold foil. So these are the 6x6 Miri mats. So my first mat is going to be 2 notches under the one, and I believe that is 5. can guess myself because I haven't crafted in a while. Yeah, so it needs to be 2 notches under the 5, and that will go onto there quite nicely. And then again on here, do the same thing again, and then 2 notches under the 5. Go onto there quite nicely. Wondering why that one is looking, there is more space on that side. Just roughly. Wondering if that's maybe less than 8. Yeah, so it's just slightly under. It's fine, it will look fine in the end. Okay. So then for the bottom of the card along here, again it's going to be 1 inch, so we're going to go for 2 notches under, and then that one should be 2 notches under the 6, and then this one, another piece, so that should be 2 notches under the 4, and I think it's 2 notches under the 5. There. That's it. Okay, keep all those bits together, and then I think I will use this one on the first one. So I'm going to go, so we need to be 4 notches under the 1, so these are going to be really thin little strips, and then they need to be 4 3/4. So those flowers should pop up just nicely above, so that's quite cool. And again, 4 3/4. Other piece. Okay, and then so I think I want to take a piece off here, so we need to go to 3/4 inch again. So I'll go all the way along because it's not going to affect too much. And then we want 5 3/4. So that should go along the bottom piece there. And then I need a piece which is going to be 3 3/4. And that needs to be by 5, so it's going to be 4 3/4, so 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. And that should fit quite nicely onto that one there, and it does. Okay, we've still got a decent amount of cardstock there that we can use elsewhere. Let's pop that to the side, get that one out of the way, and we do a little bit of assembling. Okay, so the glues I'm going to be using, as usual, I've got the Kalau all-purpose glue in this dispenser, which is the clear one, and this is the same as the Hunkydory construction glue, and then I've got some, it's a bit stuck, Kalau tacky glue, which is pretty much the same as any PVA glue. Okay, I do tend to like this one. It's quite good glue. It doesn't what am I trying to say, it's not so full of water that everything creases up. Some PVA glues have that much water in it. It depends, you know, doesn't matter what you put it on, cardstock, paper stock, whatever, it's still going to curl up with all that water content. So I still prefer not to use it fully on my project. I do just like to put it in the corners, just so that I've got the best of both worlds. I've got this all-purpose glue which glues down nice and concrete, nice and hard. But the downside of it is it does take a little bit of time to sort of to become tacky, to sort of stay in position. So it does mean that if I wasn't to use this glue in the corners, I could very well move on to the next piece of my project and it will have moved. And I think in the past on some of the videos you can see that where I've had to go back and, you know, sort of, I've gone to put something on the inside of a card and then when I've come back the front has moved, so I've had to put that back. Luckily on the videos at least I've never been in a position where it's affected the outcome of the video, although in all honesty in the past, if you know, there has been occasions where I've come back to something, not realised it's moved and it's been unfixable. So, okay, so I'm just popping these in to position. So at this point really it's just about dressing the card up, isn't it, and just putting these layers on. And coming up with ideas for the sort of decoration side of things. So just putting those in, doing a good press down. And that's a good point with this construction glue, or this all-purpose glue. It's worth giving it a really good press down just to make sure you've got all that connectivity, or that glue has really connected to that cardstock and is nice and stuck down. Here we go. So let's just make sure that's nice. There we go. So it's looking quite nice already. So I think if I was going to do this again, I probably would have cut across here so that this flower line would have been, flower border would have been in a line. But the topper is going to cover the whole of the card pretty much because it's the long oval one. So it's not going to make too much of a difference. And the fantastic thing about this kit with this magazine this time, you've got this lovely big die as well, which is really nice. And it's a good size. I mean, it's, you know, the packet is the size of my hand, but you can see, let's measure it. I'll give you the exact measurements. So, let's have a look. So with the outside of it, so you're looking at over 3¼ inches by 1½ high, and then for you, those of you who like the centimetres, you're looking 8½ centimetres by around about 4 centimetres. It's a good sized die. I mean, sometimes you'd be lucky if you just got that as a free gift in a magazine, wouldn't you? But you've got the beautiful kit as well. Okay, so let's bring this one in. So this is the topper that I wanted to use, which is gorgeous. It's a lovely ladder with all those florals on and a beautiful watering can at the top. There's a little lantern. I think that's like a little mug, sort of little herbs. All these summer florals that we're all looking forward to. So that is going to go on there. Probably going to miss some of the layers out. And then I think for a sentiment, I might go picked just for you. Put a little ribbon on it, we'll see. I'll put them on the other side to match up as well. There we go. So yeah, I think I am liking that. So I'm not going to just in my head just working things out. I've decided I'm not going to put a bow on there. I'm going to put gems on that hole and cover that up. So let's get this out of there. Like I said, I'm not going to use all of these layers. A bit of space between them, a bit of air. So this one's going on. All the way around. That's that one. That's what I think we will be doing. So let's grab some foam pads. So I've got these Crafters Companion ones, and we have some Hunkydory ones. Let's do the big one first of all. So these are probably about 3mm, I would think. And just going all the way around with my scissors. There we are. Just going to take these backs off. Good press down because it keeps trying to come up. All the way around. There we go. Just pop this on. A little bit of tacky glue all the way around just to give me a bit of wiggle room time. And I'm bringing that down because I really want to try and keep this so that it can go in a 6x6 envelope. So that's there. Okay. And then we've got these Crafters Companion ones. I think these are probably about a 4mm. Quite a nice chunky pad. Feels like another one. Right there. There we go. So you'll have to let me know how all your Christmases and New Year's have gone, so I can live vicariously through you, since mine was not so great. I mean, it wasn't awful, but just starting to enjoy eating again, so I sort of lost the flavour on things. So not sure if it was, you know, the COVID or not. We didn't have any tests in the house, so I suspect it probably was. Okay, let's go with, I'm going to use these ones. These are probably about a 2mm on these other Crafters Companion ones. It's nice to have a bit of fresh artwork, you know, looking forward to this sort of spring and the summer, just for the colour more than anything, you know. It's like everything's, I mean, I don't know what it's like where you are, but we've just had rain. Like the back garden is, must be on a bit of a slant really, because by the edge of the patio sort of is like a massive puddle. And like when I walk George, there's certain ways you can't go And actually there was a thing I saw on Facebook the other day about, we have a big park on the other side of Peterborough, Neem Park, and they were advising that a lot of the paths are flooded with no access to some of the fields and things because of all the rain. So yeah, let's see if I can get this sort of around about the same-ish side. There. Yeah, so it's been very, very wet. Right, let's go with some gold gems because they're my favourite for one, and they are a little bit sunny. I was thinking about using some green ones, but I think let's just put them in there. I think I am going to go with these gold ones, so just pop a little bit on there, and grab my picky uppy tool. Want a smallish one. It's going to be a bit smaller. Yep, it's the same size. And then let's just do those on there. So I'm not going to put one on this side. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I know what I can do. Let's pop a small one on this side, and then we'll pop one to make our number 7. You know how I like an odd number. Smallish one. There we go. There, that will do. Okay. So that is that one finished. First card of 2024. And obviously it does need an insert, but you have to download them for this one, so I will have to download that later and pop that in. But I'm quite happy with that one. That's quite a nice start. Nice fresh one. Okay, so I'll just put that to the side, and I'm just going to get set up for card number 2. Okay, so for card number 2, I'm going to do just a normal little tent fold. 6x6 again, so this is a 6x12 piece of cardstock. And I'm just going to put in that score line at the 6-inch mark. Good little brush over. Okay. Oops. Don't know where that's come from, but there you go. Right, so there's our little card blank. So let's bring up our little cutter. Again, we're going to go with these mirror mats, and we're just going to take 2 notches off edge, because this is a 6x6 mat. Obviously you can keep these if you needed any borders or anything. If you're using centimetres, probably I would just go 1/2 centimetre off all the way around. And then I'm going to come in with a foiled cardstock on this one, and I'm going to come in at 5 3/4. And I think I'm going to cut it that way. I just want that hint in the corner. I didn't want it like to be, with a 6x6 card, that is quite a big chunk of a corner to draw your eye in. So I just want that little hint on there, and that still leaves me enough there to make a card with something else. Okay. And then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in this embossing folder. And this is, I think it's an old Crafter's Companion one, I think. So I just want to, let me just check I've got that going the right way up. Yeah. I'm just going to pop it, so it's not going to go over the whole of the folder of the piece, so it's just going to have a sort of plain-ish edge on that side. So this side is going to be plain. We're just going to have this brick detail on this side. So I'm just going to pop that through my Gemini 2. Okay, so you can see we've just got this, yeah, you can see it nicely there. Just got that brick detail on that side. So let's just pop that one out of the way. That is one of my favourite little folders to use. It's, even though it doesn't do it all, you know, just having that, because of the edge of it is all sort of broken up on this side, it does look quite nice as it's coming in. So I do like that. Okay, so let's pop this onto our card. So nice bit of glue on there, nice bit in those corners, and this is going to be for that square topper that's on that sheet. Just give it a good press down, and then again on this one. If you wanted to, you could put a ribbon down that edge so that there's not quite such a different edge coming in. I'm not going to do that today, but okay. Just check and see if it fits better the other way. Sometimes when it's been through, there's all those strings. Sometimes when it's been through an embossing folder, it does stretch the card one particular way rather than the other. So let's just have it looks what it has done. Okay, let me just whip that off quickly. That way round, we'll have to have it not tent fold. There we go. There we go. And it's just sometimes just the pressure going through the machine, sometimes it just stretches the card a little bit and puts your can put your little layers out a little bit. So just check. I should have done it before I put the glue on to check that it still fit okay, but if you'll have the card going that way, it's going to be fine. Okay, so let's bring in this topper again, and we've got a nice big square topper on this one with that wheelbarrow full of those blooms. They do look like sort of bulbs and that sort of thing, and I think it might go with Homegrown with Love. We'll go with We Are All Flowers from the Same Garden. Maybe. Alright, let's see. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use all of these layers. We'll see. Okay, so this one there, which looks nice. All the way around. There we go. into the right sort of position. Yeah, I kind of like it like that. So I'm going to cut this bit off here, so the bit that overlaps is going to be fine. Let's just pop there, so it can go nice and flat. I'm going to get it to sort of follow this line up here to try and keep me straight. Yep, happy with that. So let's pop these ones here. So these are the Hunkydory ones. So is anyone looking forward to the new kit coming out? There's a one that they do at the beginning of every year with a treasure. Is it treasured moments? Treasured memories? I'm not quite sure. Treasured something it's called. Basically, it's just sort of crafting Bible for the year ahead, isn't it? For all those occasions which do generally pop up for most people over the year. I've seen a few sneak peeks of it. It looks pretty nice. So just back with a bang this morning with this one, and then they've got another new one tomorrow with that kit. So I like it when it's like that. And your Hunkydory do have quite a lot of new releases each week anyway, don't they? Sort of. Although it's not always a kit as such, sometimes it's the tools, sometimes it's the dies, the pads. I certainly was glad to see them back today though. Definitely did miss them. Here's that one. And then I think for this one will come slightly higher, so it's not too much higher. I think it's just about 1mm difference between that and that, just to give us that bit up. There you go. Just getting these backs off, just got some quite nice long nails at the minute. So, here we go. So we've got our beautiful wheelbarrow in there, and I think pop that there. And come across. So if I turn that over, just take that edge off, like so. And then I have bought, let's have a look for some nice green, the Christmas green, but they will be perfect. So I'm not sure about the right way up. I have. I think that's why I like doing a tent fold. You know, you can't get it the wrong way up if it's a tent fold. Well, you can, but 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to use the smaller ones. Nice bit of sparkle for the new year. There we go. I'm going to leave that like that. Put those back away. So that's that one finished. So obviously it's going to stand up like so. Just squish them out of the way. Just pop that back down. So let's bring in that other little stepper card we did. So those are the two little cards that I've done today. Again, so that was the Homegrown with Love, which is part of the Cottage Garden Free Kit with issue number 75 of the Hunkydory Magazine. I'm lucky enough to have it on subscription, just because it made sense really with being part of the club and everything. So you know, definitely is worth getting it. And then it comes through your door. You get it usually before it's launched on the TV or on the same day. Like I say, this one came through even, I think it was before even Christmas was over with, on one of the last posting days. And luckily Henry didn't get his chompers in it this time. But that's it for me for today. So thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be back next time. I think I'm going to stick with this magazine because there's quite a few lovely images in there, and it's nice to sort of get your head into that sort of spring feeling. And although I've got some other bits and pieces that I could be playing with from last year, it's nice to have a little play with something fresh. So I will come back with this kit again. Hopefully that should just be in 2 days time, unless for some reason I go downhill again. But I'm pretty sure I'm on the mend, so I'm feeling definitely 100% better than I did even a day ago, to be fair. But that's it, yeah. So thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. See you soon. Happy crafting. Bye.